we need to import, right? From tkinter import everything, and then um, real, this is a TK graphical user interface. TK is one of many. So let me tell you here, for example, this is Anaconda, right? So if you come back here, Anaconda, then okay, GUI, then you can choose many. TK is one of those. TK widget toolkit, that's what we are going to exercise, but there are many other. Auto means use what is available. If you import TK to create an object of TK, then automatically ready for TK. We chose that as auto, so we'll be okay. But if you chose to something else specifically, but use here TK, then your graphical user interface environment does not fully the support to TK elements, which means you may have some error. Okay, so auto is safe. That is by default. Okay, so we'll be okay. So in this root is the products. Okay, in that root, we need to create a canvas. So canvas can take the first element is that where it should be contained in. It should be in this products root. And then usually canvas takes at least two the parameter, the width and height. So width equal, I would say 700 and height equal 500. And this canvas needs to be everything else from this point, all the graphical elements should be contained in this canvas. So we have the label of this canvas objects, which I can say can, okay? And therefore, at the end, all the can needs to be packed. I want to pack all the elements that we are going to do right now. That should be packed in this canvas, and canvas is in this products, which is root. All right. Um, so let's first try to draw body. Remember, um, here I made a body. Body uh, can be made. Body is nothing but, you don't need to say body. If you want to do something within body, then you can say body, that label, that variable. But for a while, you don't need to say that. But one of uh, the function that we are going to use is a rectangle, right? So the function rectangle is a create function uh, that by naming. So that function, that method will create a rectangle. How can we draw rectangle? Remember that in this PowerPoint, you pick a rectangle. Pick rectangle means in this case, create rectangle. And then usually you pick upper left corner to right lower corner, right? two corners. If you give two corners, then each to make a rectangle, right? That's what happens here also. So create rectangle. So we need to create an upper left corner. This is the size. The width is 700, height 500. So let's say this size is 500 from top to bottom. So you have to think, oh, I want to place this body in the center. So center here is the height 250 and the width 350, right? So 350 from left to center, and then 250 from top to the center points. My body rectangle should be somewhere there. So upper left corner is back up a little bit from 350 to 250. And then lower right corner is extended a little bit further. So from 350 to 250. All right. Basically, that's how you can figure out. So let's say rectangle uh, from upper left corner 200. So that is the from the center, that is 250 distance, right? And then the height is 250. I want to make maybe 100 away from the center. Therefore, it could be, if you want to make symmetric, then it should be also 150 from the center. So 350 is the center. So plus 150, then there's a 500. And then from the bottom, it'll be maybe 150 up. So maybe 350 or 300. Okay. And then we can fill this number is somewhere on slide. So I just copy that 476042. Okay. And I want to save this on my lecture online 19s. Then I can say in class and homework 3 and try to run it. If you don't have this, what happens, what is missing is that you already packed. Whatever comes after, it should be also need to be packed continually. So there is another language called main loop. This main body of the coding should iterate continually. That is a main loop. Main loop is a method available on this root, the products. Okay, save this and execute it. Then you will have this. Okay, so on this canvas, TK, you have the body. If we want to make here the title, you can do that. Okay, for example, root and then title, you can say John Yoon's homework 3. I want you to write that there. Okay, John Yoon's homework 3. So this is mine. Let's say that. So you have a John Yoon's homework 3 there. Okay. This is tiger. All right, from there, you need to create, let's say, I want to make a head. I want to make this, say, body, although we may not reuse this label, but for us to read, that is fine, right? I want to make head, which is drawn on canvas. I want to create head is like oval, right? So we have an oval here, oval, and this oval takes the oval should be somewhere back up from the right edge, all right, and somewhere here. That uh, uh, should be higher than the body height, and this side is even further. This one also needs to be uh, this upper right corner and upper left corner. Upper left corner and lower right corner needs to be stated. And then you can simply say create oval, then automatically it creates. If you just make little, not the real square but rectangle, then that will be a real oval. Okay, like this or whatever as you want. This is the way that you could do. Okay, same thing here. So upper left corner will be, you have to always come back here, say, oh, this is a right, lower right corner. So upper right corner is actually 500 and 150, right? This is the coordinates. This is X and this is Y coordinates. So what you need to do is that I want to make, say, 450 and let's say 100. That is the upper left corner of the head. And then lower right corner of the head will be also x-axis should be greater than this, right? I want to make this maybe 20 and this maybe let's say 600, and then lower, it should be the lower than 150, so but definitely higher than 300, somewhere in between, so maybe 170, and see what happens. All right, so let's run. This is right similar to that. All right, now this is tube. This is okay, right? I want to make this I want color here. I want to feel the color. So it may be another fill equal, I want to make pink. All the color is RGB code. So first two number in hex code is about red. And then second, this is green. And then last two, that is blue. If I want to make pink, then there should be more red. So I would say FF. Green maybe RGB. Green maybe about 88, and blue maybe pink is should be more green than blue. I don't know. Let's say 99 and save. Oh, not bad, right? All right. I want to make let's say tail. Tail. I want to make just a line. Create line. Line also upper left and lower right coordinates points. So I want to make a line here, right? So it should be very small number x and y coordinates, and then it should reach the upper left corner. So upper left corner of that is 200 and 150. That's easy. We can learn from this rectangle, and the tail end should be shorter number. So I would say 50, and that also maybe 70. Okay. And somewhere here, let's try to see. Okay, this is tail. Tail, I think that's too long, right? So I want to make this say 80, 70. That's perfect. This is too thin. I want to make this little thicker. So with the maybe 10, we'll see what happens. Or body, I want to make this a little bit inside. It looks like detached. So I want to say 250 and 170. And then color by default that is black. So I want to make this fill equals maybe like a gray, right? BB, BB, BB. See what color it would be, right? So that is my tail, and I want to make legs. I want to make leg like a triangle, okay? But in the Python, there is no triangle. We need to make a another one is let's say this is a rear leg. That is create, and then you can see what you want to use, okay? And then there's an arc, polygon, text window. So I want to make here create say create and polygon. Okay, so polygon you have to do very careful. It should start from here, this height a little bit higher, and then a little bit inside the body, that is rear leg. Okay, this is a paw. So let's make that. So we need to make this. This is one coordinate, second coordinate, and third coordinates. This is a polygon, which means it should be closed. So if you give 1, 2, 3, then it'll make a triangle, right? You can kindly pick the ending points, which is the same as the first starting points. That should be okay, but it's not necessary, right? Polygon. So let's try simply. It should be a little bit forward, a little bit left from there, a little bit lower, far lower, which means a little bit higher than 300. So let's say 250 and 270. So 250 and 270, that is the one coordinates, which is this. And I will make this, which is little back up, and then height should be increased further. So back up a little bit from there, but not outside this. Well, you can do outside, but my interpretation is simply 250, which is a little left from 250, and little lower from very lower from 270, even lower than 300, but not above 500. So I would say 450. All right, and then that is this corner, and then there is another corner there. So that is 450 is fine, but that side here 30 difference in x-axis, so shorter. This is more, so maybe 280. So 280. All right, let's see what happens. Wow, it's okay, right?